Hello everyone, thank you for joining, and to those of you who are watching on replay, thank you for showing up. Hi Raina, hi Sherry, saw you guys come in, I appreciate it. And yesterday on the Daily Dose of Fiber, I started showing the Helix method of doing single stripes. And I don't think I got far enough on it to give you guys a really good showing of what it was. So, hi Anna. Hi Heather. I did a little bit more on it so that I wanted to show you more of what it looks like. So this is what I've done so far. I added a little border on the bottom because it was curling and I wanted it to curl a little bit less. So I crocheted 2 single crochet borders. And this got to, the more I worked on it, I was just going to rip it out and put the yarn to use for something else. But I really started liking the way it looked. So I'm going to make this as a hat for the next shipment of Nanda bands. So, but you can see there is no, you cannot see any joins anywhere where the stripes have started, and it's just such a cool technique. It really is. So I'm going to keep going on it. Oh, and I just twisted it around. So let me come back here. Hi Arlette, I saw you come in. Hi Jills. Okay, so, and the way it starts is you do 1 or 2 rows, however many you want to do to start with. This is my starting color, the peach color. And then you divide your yarn or your stitches into however many colors you have. So I've got, thank you Quest for Fiber. I've got, I'm using 3 stitches, or 3 colors rather, so I divided my stitches into 3s. Yes, absolutely. It's just straight knitting is all it is. And I'll do this very slowly. So I started with 72 stitches and I divided it into 24 sections of stitches, okay? So you'll knit, you start at the starting, your starting round. You knit 24 stitches and you add your first color. Then you knit 24 stitches and you add your second color. Then, oh, okay, and then you knit 24, oh, well just, okay, so say I just added, I'm on my first color here, because that's what I started with, okay? Say this is just the first color. Don't pay any attention to any of these other colors. You knit to your first stitch marker. Hi, Sandy. Okay, so we've knit to the first stitch marker. Okay. And then you'll add your first color. The first color will be, oh, needle. Oh, you can do that. The needle can go in the back. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. I will do that. I will make it a point to do that. I'll make I think I'm following, but just make sure. Yes, I am following you. Okay. I will definitely do that. Okay, so you knit to the first stitch marker, put your yarn over to the right, and then you start with your second color. In this case, my second color was the purple. And when you do your second color, make sure, or when you're doing your stripes, make sure you don't pull the yarn too tightly, because otherwise it's going to make the rows look really crappy. The beginning row look really crappy. So you start with your second color and knit to the second stitch marker. And Heather, when you knit through the back loop like that, you can do that. I mean, that's just one method of knitting, as long as you're consistent with it. Hi, Arlette. And I'll do this a little bit closer so you can see it. Oh, okay. Oops. It could be the way that she teaches you how to knit. She might knit continental style, and I don't knit that way. Purling 5, then knitting 5. Okay. Thank you, Arlette. Okay, so you slip your second stitch marker, then you're going to add your third color. Always passing the yarn you've just worked on top and over to the right. Hi, Chuck. So the next color will be the lavender. I am making stripes, and oh yeah, I think just about everybody is faster at knitting than purling. This is a different method than of making stripes. If traditionally stripes are done by starting at the very beginning of the round. Oh, well, just keep practicing. Just keep practicing. Traditionally, stripes are worked starting at the beginning of the round, and it tends to be a little bit sloppy, but this is a method of doing it to where it's single stripe rows and there's no join. There's no join at all. Yeah, that can be frustrating. Okay, now this is where you'll add your third color. And just make sure that your last stitch here where you're joining, when you go to pull it, you don't pull it too tightly, otherwise it's going to mess up the row or mess up the join. And eventually this is going to be a hat. Now you're coming to your beginning of round, but there's no yarn to pick up, there's no color to pick up, so you keep going to the first stitch marker. This is in the round. This method of doing the jogless stripes is in the round. So you go past your beginning of round stitch marker and go back to the first. You can do it with more than 3 colors, yes. So as long as you set it up so that however many colors you have that many stitch markers. You divide it, say if you had 4 colors, you divide it into 4 sections, and so on. Yes, it is definitely possible. I'm working on the scarf for Tom where I only have 2 colors and I've got it divided into 2 sections. Okay, so I'm coming up to the first stitch marker where the last color I worked was the peach. And now the next row I do is going to be the peach color. And when you do that last stitch, it's going to pull it a little bit. See how, watch this, whoops. See how it kind of brings it up a little bit? Oh, thanks. Thanks. Okay, so you take this color that you just finished and put it all the way over to the right. And it's going to, this color is going to stay on top. The peach is going to be your next color. Now see how it's kind of loose right here? You tug on it just a little bit. See that? See that? You want to make it as the same tension as these other loops. So you keep knitting, and then you knit to the next stitch marker. And the color below, the one that you're working on right now, is the color that you're going to work the next round, the next section. So you work to the next stitch marker. I'm hoping this is making sense to everybody. I mean, I know what to do and I know it makes sense to me. I just hope it's making sense to everybody else. And when I finish with this round here, I'll show you how it looks inside, because you cannot see a join anywhere. And that's what's so nice about this stitch. Yep, 24. And the cowl that I'm going to make for next month, I'm going to do like 120 stitches, and I've got 4 colors. So that'll be 30 stitches in each section. Okay, starting the next color, which is going to be the plum, I take the color that I just worked, put it over to the right. This yarn is going to be on top. You pull the yarn from the bottom for the next section. Pull it so, no, say this, pull this yarn so that the tension is even with the rest of the, make the bumps the same height, and keep going. You just don't want to pull it too tightly, or else it's going to really make this look sloppy. So hi, Bree. Okay, so you can see where the color changes are. There's no lines, there's no jogs, there's no anything. You cannot tell where the joins are. And if you look inside the hat, let me just flip this inside out. You can't tell. There's no joins anywhere. You cannot see where the joins are. Now, you can see where I ran out of yarn and had to add another color, and this is just weaving in those ends. But that's all that it is, and it's just so smooth, it's so seamless, and it works perfectly. And now I have to get the needles out. Oops. All right, now I've got it tangled a little bit, but that's okay. And so this is going to be a hat when I get done with it. And now I've got to straighten out all my tangles. Oops. Also, I didn't do too bad. Okay. And once it gets to the right size, I'm not going to do the traditional decreases where it shapes into a round. This is going to be kid size, because I'm going to include this with the next set of Nanda bands. What I'm going to do, oh, thank you. What I'm going to do, and that's the nice thing about this Helix method. It's so professional looking. And the first few rows that you do, you're not going to see it come about. You wait till you get into about 5 or 6 rows, and then you're going to say, oh, this is how it's done. Yeah, I see now. So it's really sharp looking. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to seam the top of it and add tassels to the sides. So it's going to be sort of like a rectangle with tassels. And I should be finished with it tomorrow, so I'll show you the finished project tomorrow. But this is going to be a kid's size, and I will include it with the next shipment of Nanda bands. Well, you really can't see the until about 5 rows in. You'll get to see how everything is working out. So it takes about, yeah, first row of mixed colors. Yeah. Yeah, I love tassels on a hat. I think it looks so cute. Sure. the base. Okay, and this was right here was the start of the round. And where's the first? Okay, 24 stitches in. This is the first color. Okay. Now, 24 stitches in, there's the second color. You see that? And then you go past the round again, and all you're doing is a spiral. Here's your next color right here. And then that peach, correct. And then here's where you pick up the plum for the next section. I mean, it's sort of hard to understand, but once you start working it, it's just a big spiral is all it is. And it's so smooth and so seamless, and it's just wonderful. And I crocheted a single crochet base on this because it was rolling and I didn't want the base to roll. Because I'm making a hat out of it, I wanted it to be really professional looking. So hopefully you guys will understand. You guys understand how that's done. Yeah, it's all it is you do one round first, knit to the first set of the first stitch marker, add your next color, knit to the second stitch marker, add your second color, and then pass the stitch marker the beginning of round, because there's no color there to pick up. Once you get to the first stitch marker again, you'll move the color that you just worked over to the right and then pick up the color that was underneath it and then go to the next stitch marker. Does that make sense? Oops, sorry. This one has taken, well, I started it yesterday. You guys saw me start it. So I worked on it maybe a total of 8 hours. And I'm almost finished with it. I'll finish it up this afternoon. So maybe a total of 10 hours. But it really is cool. And like I said, I'm going to be doing the cowl for, yes, it is. Yes, 3 needle bind off is what I'll do. But see how nice and stretchy it is? But this is a kid size. It'll probably fit my mannequin because my mannequin has a small head. As a matter of fact, let me bring her over here and see what... see if it's fitting her. It's going to be a little bit tight on her, but you can at least get an idea of what it looks like. In fact, I think I can probably do that now. I'll probably go ahead and just do the next setup. Yeah, because that's yeah. I'll go ahead and bind that off. Do a 3 needle bind off to close it, and then add tassels on either side. So thank you. I appreciate that. And I want to finish off with the color that I started with, this peach color. So the next time I get to that color, I'll just finish it off and then do the 3 needle bind off. So, okay, thanks. Okay, so tomorrow I'll go ahead and show the finished finished product of this, and I'll have something else for you. I don't know, but there you have it. So hopefully that made sense. It's really easy to do once you get it down, and I love that stitch. I'll do that. Why don't I do that? I'll show how to do the 3 needle bind off tomorrow. So I'll show you how to make tassels too. So I'll just finish up the whole hat tomorrow. How's that? That's what I'll do. Okay then. So that's it. That's what I'll do. Oh, and tomorrow cowl giveaway. I forgot about that. Tomorrow I'll be giving the cowls away. So you got to make sure you're watching. And you have to be present to win. So these 2 are going to be given away tomorrow. I almost forgot about that. How could I forget about that? Oh no, you can't watch tomorrow? Darn. Okay, well, hopefully you'll be able to see it. If not, I'll be doing one of these for next month. Oh no, Sherry. I'm so sorry. Make Dan watch. But if you don't win this time, you'll oh shoot. Well, if you don't win this time, maybe the next time. Oh, you gonna be working? Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. Rats. Oh well, maybe I'll have to find some other way of doing this, because I'd love for you guys to be able to win. So we'll see. Okay. Well, maybe I can change the time I do it. You know, I could always change my schedule. Well, we'll think about it. So, yeah, tomorrow I'll be doing the giveaway, and I'll show the rest of finishing off the hat, and we'll take it from there. So, thanks everybody. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you for the support, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, thanks, Sherry. Love you guys. Thanks. Bye.